Just as good now as it was when they won in the bubble.
Alright guys, so I am coming up with my macros for this season's cut. Let me turn this down. Yep, so I got my macros here. I'm just going to be going through some of the basics for anybody that's trying to figure out how to do their macros, or if anyone needs some assistance. So first off, you always want to figure out your maintenance calories. So that's what I started with. So how to do that, you want to input your current weight, which I already weighed myself this morning. Y'all see it on the vlog too. Right now I'm at hovering around 240 right now. So got that up. I'm in the middle of editing a video too, so be on the lookout for that. But it's back to these macros. So I got my weight entered here. That's the 240. That's where I am sitting at right now, or at the beginning of my cut. And then this number is going to have some flexibility right now, since it's the off season. I don't have a lot of activity going on right now, so this is my activity level. So on a scale from 14 to 17, I'm basically at a 14 right now, meaning that, you know, outside of working out, you guys know that I work construction, so it's getting cold, so I'm basically in the office, or I'm basically doing a lot of desk work right now. So my activity level is pretty low. I'm not really exerting a lot of energy. So I would say if you have a desk job, or like a bank teller, or you know, you a clerk, or any type of position where you sitting down for the majority part of your shift, that's going to be a 14. So I input a 14 right there, and you want to multiply the two, the 14, the 240 and the 14, and that gave me my 3360. So that's the maintenance calories that it takes for me to maintain the 240, my current weight. So I don't want to maintain this weight. I want to drop this weight. I want to cut. Okay, so that brings me to my caloric deficit. So in order to lose weight, you always have to be at a caloric deficit. So my caloric deficit, I'm going a little bit more, I'm being more aggressive this time around. Usually for starters, I would just drop it by 500, but for me right now, I'm going to drop it by 700. So that gave me a macro calorie number of 2,600 calories. Okay, so I just took the 700, subtracted that by my maintenance calories, got that 2,600. Okay, so that's going to be my caloric calorie number that I'm going to be trying to hit on a daily basis, that 2,600. Okay, so now to take this 2,600, you have to divide that by your macro split. Okay, so there's three major sources of macronutrients that you get from food: your proteins, your carbohydrates, your fats, and from that you want to take a percentage of how you want to disperse that amongst these 2,600 calories. Okay, how many of that you want it to be from proteins, how many of that you want to be from carbs, how many of that want to be fat. Okay, so when you are cutting, there's certain methods and there's certain theories out there. For me, the one that always sticks with me is to keep that protein really high. Okay, if I'm keeping that protein high, 9 times out of 10 I'm not going to lose as much muscle compared to if I wasn't getting enough protein. So I'm getting a little bit more aggressive this time around too, going a little bit higher than years past. I'm at 55% of that 2,600. So if you take 55% times, if you take 2,600 times 0.55, that gave me a caloric number of 1,430. Going down the list, keeping the carbs moderate at 30%, taking that 2,600 times 30, 780. And for fats, I always want to keep that fat low, as low as possible, but not to the point where I'm just dying out here. So going 15%, In years past, it may have been maybe 25%. So right now, I'm getting a little bit more aggressive with that too. At 15%, give me a caloric number of 390. So overall, I'm at 357 grams of protein, 194 grams of carbohydrates, and 45 grams of fat. So those are my macros with this cut. I'm gonna take that out. Okay, so then once you figure out your macros and the certain percentage, that's a basic percentage I'll recommend for people to do a 40-40 20 split. 40% carbs, 40% protein, and 20% fat for starters. Another recommendation is for bulking, people may do like 50% carb. You want to keep the carbs high, so it kind of depends on what you're trying to do and how to customize it according to your own fitness goals. So that's what I'm working with right now. And then overall, when I'm finished with my macros, I'll just make a list of foods that I'm going to be implementing into my diet. For protein, my carbs, veggies, and then get the macros on each one of those. And then you can start prepping your customized meals according to the food that you already, inserted into the protein list, carb list, etc. So meal 1, you can kind of see what I'm eating. Meal 2, meal 3, meal 4, meal 5. So I'm back to 5 meals a day. I'm not doing intermittent fasting right now because it's a lot to get all that in within a certain window. So I'm giving myself the whole day to get all these macros in. Today's my first day, so my body is getting used to eating every 3-4 hours again. But over time I think I'll get used to it. But it's been kind of difficult today because I've been eating every 3-4 hours, and I want to make sure I get all my meals in before maybe 10 o'clock, stuff like that. So you can kind of see where my macros line up according to my macros that I inputted or discussed earlier. My calories is a little bit over, and I was having a little bit difficulty of hitting my certain carb number. My carbs was really low when I got done with my meal, so I added another carb, and that took the carbs a little bit higher. You can see my carbs is at 176 when I made that adjustment, but that took my calories over the 2600. So when that happens, I may just want to do a little bit more cardio, burn a little bit more cardio, just do the math on that, and then I'll add that into the cardio. So that's my plan with that. But outside of that, my protein is right there, and my fats is right there. Carbohydrates is almost right there. So the goal is to get around these numbers. I don't exactly have to hit them exactly. It will drive you crazy doing these numbers trying to count these numbers every single day. But if you eat the same thing every day, then it's pretty simple. If you like having some variety to the mix, then I recommend doing multiple meal plans, which I plan to do because I may get tired of chicken, I may get tired of my meal 1 every single day. I may want to put some turkey sausage in there or something like that. You can kind of see protein consumption. So I do have turkey sausage in my diet, chicken sausage in my diet, chicken drumsticks in my diet, lean ground beef, certain different types of ground beef that I get, salmon, shrimp, stuff like that. So that stuff is not even entered in this meal plan here. So most likely I'm going to create another meal plan to fit those macros into this diet. So let's say on Monday I want to hit this meal plan, I'm gonna follow this meal plan. Tuesday will be my secondary meal plan. Wednesday would be, I'll probably go back to this, vice versa. So I have some room and some flexibility within my diet to eat different type of foods, which I like doing. So it's gonna work for me. I recommend doing something that works for you. Food that you like, man. Food that you can prep well and insert into your diet that's healthy. You can see that everything isn't, you know, chicken breast. Like, I have some variety in my diet, which I really like, and you know, it should be a lot of fun trying to hit these calories. All right, so I just want to give you guys just a brief update on my nutrition. A lot of times people like to keep this stuff secret, but you know, as a personal trainer, you know, I like to give you guys information that's beneficial to me so I can help educate you guys. If you guys need help doing it, shoot me a DM or hit me up on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, man. I look forward to posting these vlogs, getting these vlogs out. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, gonna be fun. It's gonna be a cold winter. That's gonna be the name of the series, man, so be on the lookout for that. And I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man. Peace.